Yeah.
Yo, this is Nappy Boy Radio Live.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Alright, so here it is. Proud to introduce the 1993 Nissan Cedric. It is a JDM luxury vehicle with a lightly used 11,000 miles on the clock. I'm gonna do a little bit of a walk around. This will be a thing with the channel, to do a walk around so you can see behind the scenes of me working on the vehicles that we bring in, as well as something like this when a car's cleaned up, ready to go, so you can really see firsthand, kind of a virtual walk around and test drive, if you will, of each car. So let's start off with the Cedric here. I'm excited to offer this vehicle. It really is, it's a beautiful find to find any car really in this condition with this light amount of use. I mean, really, wait till you see the interior, but let's start with a little walk around. The Cedric's been with Nissan for quite a long time. Nissan, when they acquired Prince Motor Company, they got the Gloria, which some of you might know about that car as well. The Gloria is pretty much the twin to the Cedric, but the Cedric was here first. I mean, this thing goes back. So a lot of history, a lot of heritage. And this vehicle right here actually has the 60th anniversary keys. Let's check that out. That's kind of a cool setup. And really, look at this. Valet key, still has that cover on from the factory. Spare key with the Cedric logo. And something from a dealer. Japanese writing, which is kind of cool. But definitely looks like this car was cared for and taken to service regularly, as all the fluids pretty much as fresh as you can get. So as we take a look in the interior, we can see floor mats, passenger side, pretty much unused. We have this really cool trims. This is throughout. This is kind of a shiny, not quite a black piano finish. And you can see there's a little bit of texture to it, not to the touch, but visually, kind of a graphite texture to it. So really nice there. But this cloth, I haven't found a blemish on any of the seats, anywhere. No signs of wear marks here. On the center console rest. And check this out. This is just amazing. I love this setup here of the center console. Again, with that factory kind of graphite textured finish there. Climate control, the analog clock. Great touch, just a great touch. As we take a look around here, I mean, just no signs of use. Now, we'll do a little inspection of the exterior. You know, there's a couple rubs on the bumper, things like that, but all factory finish. And this inside here was pretty much set in with booties and with gloves. Check this out. So exterior wise, no dings in the door that I can find. There was one in the roof, which I had a painless dent repair get out. And the back bumper, very clean. And I think there was one little scuff. So if we come around the front here, door panel's clean. Let's see. Oh, it's over here. Okay. Over here. We have one ding here. I didn't have a painless dent get into that just because there's some touch-up paint. You might be back and fix it. Maybe not. Just one of those things that you know, you might make it worse by messing with it, but I'll have them look at it because really this car is so nice. I like everything to be kind of tip-top here. So we have slight scuff on the bumper there. There's another one down low. Other than that, I mean, this is absolutely factory original paint. I see no evidence of any of the bolts or anything being messed with on the fenders, the quarters, factory seam sealer, all that stuff. Aside from the wheels, this is the only Nissan branding in the car. Steering wheel says Grand Turismo, badging everywhere, and in the front I'll show you the Cedric logo here, but kind of a cool touch. Then we have the Cedric branding right here in the front. Kind of a cool logo, right? I think it's interesting that Nissan, Mazda, I think most of the companies in Japan kind of rebadged some of their sports, some of their luxury brands, so they sit a little more independently. So let's take a quick look under the hood. Here we go. And of course the hydraulics still work. And here's the thing. Any car I get in, I usually go crazy detailing, but this one was so cherry, I just wanted to show you what it looked like, how I received it. This is it. Haven't touched it, haven't put any shine on to make the dirt look pretty, haven't dusted anything off. This is how the engine sat when I picked it up from port. So 3-liter V6 is the VGDE, so same power plant that you're gonna find in the 300Z that we had here stateside. Replacement parts are going to be easy. Yeah, this came actually with a bunch of different motor options, the most popular being the VGs, the non-turbo, and then of course the turbo version. But yeah, I mean, check this out. I mean, the zinc on the bolts, look, boom. All the fender hardware. Nothing really has been touched in this car. It's as minty as you can get. We'll get a quick close-up here of the VIN in the back here as well. Yeah, really refined car. I mean, they put a lot of extra sound deadening. So Firewall has this kind of, actually it's the same material as the insulator on the hood. I mean, even, check this out, even the rubber grommets. I mean, these things look new. Again, I didn't clean these. Let's get a better look. I didn't touch these things. This is how it came. And I think I wouldn't be stretching in saying that this was stored indoors, because there is no way 25 years later that all the rubbers around the door sills, the B-pillar, window sills, even around the windows. I mean, the chrome's in nice shape, and more impressively, the rubber. Insane. All right, so initial startup. No issues there, clearly, and it's hot here. It's hot in North Carolina, and luckily, I didn't even have to recharge. The AC is working perfectly. So most of this is going to be fairly self-explanatory. Fresh air, recirculative. These, yeah, econ mode and AC mode. So if you just press them up here, it'll show you what the essentially what the translation is. Obviously hot, cold. So the only thing with this car is the stereo system. So I don't want to exchange it just in case the next buyer of this car is really interested in just a period piece, because I believe this can be fixed, because it does work, but it's sporadic, and when it does work, the screen doesn't light up. But this is such a cool piece, I didn't want to replace it. It is a graphic equalizer, so I'm sure there's electronic components in here, capacitors, whatever it needs to be replaced. Maybe someone can fix this one, or you know, if you want to modernize a little bit, go for it. So, but just some really cool features for something, again, 93 here. This is what we're talking about. So, and you know what? This is something I wanted to touch on. What's really amazing about this interior and the light use. So if we can get it here, this steering wheel, you know, from the factory, when things kind of have that matte to them, they're not shiny yet from people's oils. That's this wheel right here. Like, I mean, someone must have had gloves on. Look at that. Just kind of a factory, and no sun damage, no cracks, nothing. This interior, really, I can't see a better interior in a car. So So we got here the Nissan Cedric JDM Motors Manual, the Nissan Service Booklet. So a lot of these cars came with these booklets. I know, you know, in the States, it used to be more popular back in the day, not in recent times so much, but the record keeping of this is meticulous. Just show the actual services done, checklist, got some stuff that's kind of sealed up there. But anyways, full service history for the, you know, 3 services this thing's needed. It seems like it has had the oil changed, you know, more than the mileage requirements, clearly, because it's an older car and the mileage is so low. But as we can see here, no check engine lights. Oh, check this out. Look at this. Courtesy lights. Courtesy lights. Love that. Love that touch. So, and yeah, the only other light here is the e-brake light. Boom. So there we go. Oh, another nice little Japanese touch. That's your reverse beep. Hear that? Cool, huh? So, yeah, I mean, really, the detail in this car kind of blows me away. We have some felt insert here. Obviously, the ashtray, as you can expect, is not touched, not used. We do have this. I'm still trying to figure out. It's brake release, push-pull. It's kind of like a, I mean, there's a manual one in here as well. It's a little redundant, but go figure. And then obviously your transmission settings, everything working there. So, all right, so we have her started up. Let's go for a little ride. Nice, gentle cruise. I mean, this is like your daily, but honestly, this gets me more looks than RX-7s I've driven, than Skylines, since they're becoming a little more common to people. I mean, the looks that this has been getting at stoplights, it won, if you follow my Instagram, I mean, it won most unique car at a local car show. I mean, not a huge deal, but still, just the fact that I just rolled out in this thing and the attention it got, I think is just amazing. So we'll drive it around a little bit so you could hear it rev out. And actually, I'm gonna get some quick sun shots here because this sunset is just ridiculous. Let's see if I can grab it. But yeah, I mean, tight turning radius, no clicks in the steering, no leaks of any kind that I found, and that is why I didn't clean the engine bay, because it's, again, what I would be looking for if I was looking at a car with such low mileage is leaks and maybe some issues like that, but not with this one. Super tight. So driving the Cedric is like driving any other huge 4-door boat. This is the type of car that you're in and you kind of forget that it's from Japan, other than being on the right side. And what I mean by that is because you have space. You know, most Japanese cars, even like what I've found, and I'll talk about later on with the RX-7 when I review that, is that like the RX-7, the e-brake is on the right side, so is the steering wheel in the JDM one. Gives you considerably less leg room. This, I have headroom, the seat actually goes back enough. That's another thing, the seats usually don't adjust much for longer people like myself that are 6'4". I know we're few and far between, but adjustability is great. And this thing just combs over the road. It just floats. It kind of has that, yeah, it just has that old 90s luxury feel. And since the mileage is so low, it really, it feels tight. I mean, so when you do hit something, bumps, potholes, whatever it may be in the road, it is super compliant. You barely feel them. And if you do, even train tracks, no rattling, no reverberations of anything. It's solid. So there it is. Hope you enjoyed this walk around, this review. I'm going to do this for each car, like I said earlier, because I really want to give a virtual experience, right? I just think most of the buyers for these vehicles are not going to be local. And if I'm buying something and I'm a couple states over, across the country, whatever it may be, you know, I wanna go along for a ride. I want to see how it revs. And a lot of that you can tell from video. Again, nothing replaces the visceral connection of actually driving, but so, you know, if you follow along, and I'll be posting up more videos of kind of the behind the scenes, like with the RX-7s that I've put a little more work into, and kind of where they started and where they are now. So we'll see you out there. For any more information on this, hit me up at Dante at Elusive Auto, ELUSIVE autoco.com. So you can email me, and then it's Elusive Auto Co. on all social media. You can listen in even some details about this on my podcast, JDM Imported. And I'll keep all the updates coming. Hope you enjoy the car, and this gets into a good home. Peace.